Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. Breaking news from the heart of Chinese entertainment. Ring. After years of speculation, stolen glances, and unspoken chemistry, Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan have officially announced they're getting married. Yes, you heard that right. The fairy tale fans have dreamed of is no longer just fiction. It's real, it's happening, and it's closer than you think. But wait, the way they revealed it, the emotions, the plans? You won't want to miss a single second of this beautiful journey. Their story didn't begin with headlines or flashing cameras. It started quietly, almost invisibly, in the shared silences and unscripted glances behind the scenes of the drama Hidden Love. On screen, their chemistry was undeniable, but off-screen, something more subtle was unfolding, something neither of them dared to name at first. Between rehearsals and night shoots, Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan found a kind of comfort in each other's presence that felt rare in an industry built on performance. While many assumed it was just excellent acting, those who looked closely could see something real. The way she looked at him when he wasn't speaking, the way he instinctively adjusted her coat when the wind blew too strong, these weren't lines from a script. They were moments of quiet connection, a tenderness that slipped through when no one was watching. They never confirmed anything, never needed to. Instead, they let their bond grow naturally, far from the spotlight, where the pressure to define love could easily ruin it. There were no grand declarations, no public outings staged for the cameras, just shared meals, mutual respect, and a deepening sense of trust. Over time, what started as companionship blossomed into something resilient and real. And even as rumors swirled, they held on to their choice to protect what they had. Because sometimes the most meaningful relationships aren't those shouted to the world, but those nurtured in private, until they're strong enough to stand on their own. Their love was never loud, but it never needed to be. It grew quietly, honestly, and beautifully, just like them. And now, as they finally choose to share it with the world, we understand why it feels so special. Because it was real from the very beginning. It was an ordinary evening for most, until a quiet notification turned into a global moment that no one saw coming. Without prior warning, Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan appeared together on a live stream. Not as co-stars, not as public figures, but as two people deeply in love, ready to share a truth they had carried silently for years. There was no glamorous set, no scripted speech. Just the two of them, seated side by side, dressed in soft, simple white. Calm yet radiant. Nervous but sure. Chen Zheyuan spoke first. His voice was steady, but his eyes betrayed emotion. After everything we've been through behind cameras, behind headlines, we've decided it's time. We're getting married. It was a sentence that carried the weight of patience, of memories shared in quiet corners of their lives. Then Zhao Lusi turned toward him, her eyes glistening with tears she didn't try to hide. We've waited for the right moment. And this is it. Thank you for loving us. Even when we asked for nothing. In that moment, time seemed to pause. Screens lit up around the world. Thousands, then millions, tuned in, from Seoul dorm rooms to Paris cafes, from Indonesian living rooms to American subways. Within minutes, their announcement had become more than just news. It became a memory shared by strangers, connected through a love story that had quietly inspired them for years. What struck people the most wasn't the surprise of the engagement, but the sincerity of it. The vulnerability, the courage it took to turn a private promise into a public celebration. This wasn't about celebrity. It was about something universal. The hope that love, real, quiet, patient love still exists. And when it reveals itself, the world listens. No sooner had the live stream ended than the world seemed to collectively exhale, then erupt. Within minutes, social media platforms from Weibo to Twitter, from TikTok to Instagram, were flooded with a tidal wave of emotions. Not just reactions, but genuine outpourings of joy, disbelief, and something deeper. A sense of personal connection. For many fans, Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan's announcement wasn't just a celebrity couple confirming a rumor. It was the culmination of a quiet hope that had lived in their hearts for years. The dream that something beautiful, something real, had been unfolding behind the scenes. Across Asia, Europe, and the Americas, fans gathered online not as passive viewers, but as a global community of well-wishers. Digital fan art blossomed within hours. Soft pastel illustrations of the couple in wedding attire, tender moments reimagined in watercolor. Songwriters penned heartfelt lyrics and uploaded melodies of love and destiny. Some fans recorded emotional reaction videos, tears rolling down their cheeks as they struggled to find words for the joy they felt. Others wrote essays, threads, poems, not to analyze but to celebrate. But beyond the creativity was something more touching, a shared emotional truth. For so long, people had looked to this couple for a feeling, a kind of sincere love that seemed almost impossible in the modern world of fast fame and fleeting affection. Now, witnessing that love affirmed, they didn't just see a wedding on the horizon. They saw hope, a belief rekindled that love built on trust, patience, and quiet connection could still thrive. In a time when many grow cynical about relationships in the spotlight, Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan reminded the world that love, real love, doesn't need to shout to be heard, simply needs to be lived. Until now, the love between Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan had lived mostly in the spaces between moments, in glances not meant for the camera, in the quiet trust of two people choosing to grow together, far from the noise. But with their engagement now public, new details have begun to emerge, offering a more intimate glimpse into the life they've been building quietly, deliberately, away from the spotlight. Close friends reveal how their bond deepened not during grand gestures, but through the ordinary rhythms of everyday life. Long walks after filming wrapped, late-night video calls when separated by work, shared books passed back and forth with handwritten notes tucked inside. One friend recalled a moment at a private gathering where Chen Zheyuan paused mid-conversation just to adjust Lucy's scarf without saying a word. A gesture so small, yet filled with such instinctive care it left the room silent. Even their families, usually private, have now shared gentle insights. Zhao Lusi's mother admitted she knew early on that something was different about this connection. He looked at her like she was already home, she said. Chen Zheyuan's father, often quiet, spoke with rare emotion. She's brought calm into his life. They laugh more now. They're more themselves together. What also surprised many was the couple's future plans. Beyond the wedding, they've been quietly investing in a small countryside home, dreaming of a life that balances the intensity of fame with the peace of something grounded. A garden, a library, even a dog they've already named. These aren't just facts. They are windows into a kind of love that isn't curated, but cultivated. In every unseen detail, we find not the perfection of fantasy, but the beauty of real partnership, built not in the spotlight but in the quiet. Though the announcement itself was enough to leave the world breathless, what followed stirred even deeper emotions. The unveiling of Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan's wedding plans. Yet, as with every step of their relationship, their vision for this day isn't about extravagance or spectacle. It's about meaning. It's about heart. Rather than a grand ceremony packed with flashing lights and high society guests, they've chosen intimacy. A private gathering held far from the noise of the industry, surrounded only by those who've truly walked beside them. Family, lifelong friends, and a few select mentors who shaped their journey. It will be a moment not for the cameras but for the soul. Zhao Lusi dreams of an atmosphere filled with light, soft, warm, golden. She imagines the space blooming with fresh garden flowers in gentle tones, petals falling like memories across the aisle. She has spoken quietly of wanting live acoustic music, not to impress, but to carry the emotions of the day gently in the air. For her, it's not just about beauty but presence, about holding each other fully in a moment that feels outside of time. Chen Zheyuan, ever thoughtful, has focused on simplicity, not minimalism but clarity. He hopes the day will feel grounded, filled with laughter that isn't rehearsed, tears that aren't staged. "I want it to feel like home," he once told a close friend. "Because that's what she is to me." Together, they're crafting a celebration that reflects not only their personalities, but their shared values. Love over luxury, meaning over spectacle. It's not just a wedding. It's a promise, quietly and carefully kept, now ready to be lived out loud. A day that will pass quickly, but echo forever in the hearts of those who believe in love like theirs. In the quiet after the celebration, one question lingers in the minds of millions. What comes next for Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan? For many, love stories tend to end at the wedding, the grand finale. But for these two, the promise of forever is not a closing chapter, but the beginning of something far more profound. Rather than retreating from the public eye, they've shared their intention to continue their work, not just as artists, but as individuals who understand the responsibility of being in the spotlight. Yet there's a noticeable shift in the tone of their journey ahead. No longer driven by ambition alone, they now carry a sense of balance, of knowing that their careers are important, but not at the cost of what they've built together. Their work, their love, their lives are no longer separate stories, but one narrative of mutual growth. What's next is not just about drama scripts or film sets, though those may come. It's about quiet mornings before the world wakes. About learning to cook together on rainy evenings. About supporting each other through roles that challenge them, not just as actors but as people. They've spoken about traveling, not for show, but to explore places that inspire them, places that remind them of how vast the world is, and how lucky they are to navigate it side by side. And perhaps one day they'll return not just as a couple, but as storytellers of a love lived fully and honestly. In a world obsessed with beginnings and endings, Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan are choosing something else entirely. The long, unspoken middle. The life that unfolds when the cameras stop rolling, and love is all that remains. In a world where love often feels fleeting and carefully staged, the quiet sincerity of Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan's relationship has offered something far more rare: hope. Their story, though wrapped in the glimmer of fame, is not defined by luxury or perfection. Instead, it's the quiet, enduring rhythm of two hearts choosing each other every day, not for show but for truth. Their journey began not with headlines, but with shared moments behind the scenes. Over time, fans began to sense what words had not yet confirmed. This wasn't just chemistry on screen, it was connection. Deep, respectful, evolving connection. They never rushed to prove anything, never yielded to the pressure to satisfy public curiosity. They simply continued together. And when they finally shared their love with the world, it didn't feel like a revelation. It felt like a confirmation of something already understood. That is the hope they give us, that love can grow quietly in the chaos, that it can be protected, nurtured, and made strong before it is put on display. It reminds us that the most powerful relationships are not those that burn the brightest in public, but those that burn steadily in private. For many, Zhao Lusi and Chen Zheyuan's engagement is not just joyful news. It is a reminder that in the noise of modern life, love, real, grounded, patient love still exists. It still thrives. And it is still worth believing in. Their story is not a fantasy. It's a gentle, extraordinary reality. One that gives us reason to trust that maybe, just maybe, love like theirs can find its way to us too. So are you smiling yet? Or maybe holding back happy tears? Because we are. And we can't wait to walk alongside them, from screen to aisle, from co-stars to life partners. Party popper, congratulations, Lusi and Chen. May your forever be even more beautiful than any drama script. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss another beautiful update in the world of celebrity love and life. Backhand index pointing right, drop a comment below. What moment touched you the most? And as always, thank you for being part of this journey. See you in the next video. Stay inspired, stay connected.